Okay, watch me smash this, dude. Gangplank is not gonna be able to do anything in this lane at all. No counterplay. Oh, this is so wonderful. Today we're going to be talking about Pantheon and how to abuse him for more wins in League of Legends. Firstly, Pantheon is one of the best top laners you can currently pick. He's sitting at a very high win rate according to multiple sites, and he works especially well against auto attack reliant top laners or AD top laners. Let's assume that you're in a winning laning phase. From level 1, all you have to do is just Q the enemy. That's all it takes. Just keep queuing him down, use your corrupting pot early on in the game. Take Ignite. I'm assuming you're taking Ignite with Pantheon because that's what every Pantheon does. You take Ignite, you take Corrupting Pot, all you have to do is Q down the enemy again and again and again until they get low enough to when you can eventually just kill them. But I don't think this is something that everyone knows. I don't really have to sit here and explain to you how Pantheon works because his kit is so simple. It's Q, W, E. Every time you have the opportunity to jump in on the enemy, you take the jump, you do it. That's not the important part we're going to be talking about today. I'm going to be talking about how to effectively manage the minion wave in order for you to win the lane. As you saw from the intro of this game, I was a Pantheon versus a Gangplank. Now, as a Gangplank main, I know it sucks complete ass to play against a Pantheon because there is no way you can beat the Pantheon in the laning phase. There's no way to even lane against him if he knows how to manage the minion wave. Now that's a really big point about Pantheon. You really, if you want, playing Pantheon is easy in the sense that you can go in for first bloods, but the hardest part about playing Pantheon and to winning your laning phase by a landslide is by managing your minion wave. The really absurd thing about Pantheon is that he can completely, and I mean completely, zone out the enemy from their minion wave. The enemy is not going to get any CS, the enemy is not going to get even XP from the minion wave. And this is possible through Pantheon's Q. Because Pantheon's Q is not considered a basic attack, and it's on a low cooldown, and it's a high damage ability, and it's a low mana cost ability, you can constantly spam this ability on the enemy, and at the same time, your minions don't actually get aggro of Pantheon's Q. So this is what I want you to do as Pantheon, okay? You probably know the basics of Pantheon. If you came across this video, I already assume you know a little bit about League of Legends. You know Pantheon is an absurd champion to play. So go into the game, know that you want to kill your enemy as soon as possible. But keep this in mind. Do not, I repeat, do not unnecessarily auto-attack minions. If the minion wave is pushing towards your side, let it push towards your side of the tower. All you have to do is keep queuing the enemy every time they walk up to CS, especially if it's an easy top laner to play against. In the game that I played, Pantheon versus Gangplank, what effectively happened was that Gangplank was completely useless. He could not stand anywhere near his minions because I effectively managed the minion wave and effectively froze it on my side of the turret. Now if you want more tips on wave management, I have another video on that and you could go check it out. But remember that the biggest way to winning games as Pantheon, or winning the laning phase when it comes to laning phase, because I don't really need to explain team fights or anything else about Pantheon because this kit's very simple, you know. Remember the simple things like using your ultimate whenever it's up, constantly going for the kills on the enemy laner, just trying to go for that first blood. But the biggest tip I can give you, which I've already mentioned, is wave management. So try to not unnecessarily auto-attack the creeps, try to zone out the enemy in the top lane from his own creeps. That'll give you a huge level advantage and a huge CS advantage over your enemy. And once your opponent just gets a little bit greedy, trying to go for the CS, you can just ulti on top, just walk away from the lane, ulti on top of him, snag a kill, transfer your lead over to the other lanes in the game, push for towers once you've built this huge lead, and effectively win the game. And this is how the majority of Pantheon game goes. You have to be hyper aggressive with a champion. There is no time and no opportunity He is like the complete opposite. I'm guessing a lot of my viewers are Gangplank players. He is the complete opposite of Gangplank. You don't have time. You have to go in right from the get-go, and that's like I love playing Pantheon and Gangplank because they're a contrast to one another. Gangplank, you gotta be patient and wait until the later parts of the game. Pantheon, as soon as you jump into the game, you gotta go ham. You gotta get on your opponent's ass. That's how he works. So that's the end of the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this short video format that I plan on doing. I think for the upcoming month, I'm gonna do more and more short League of Legends videos like this that point out easy tips or educational pointers or whatever. I'll try to aim to do one a day, but I hope you enjoy this, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.